Tesla stock is down almost 10% on the day. We're going to be breaking it all down in today's video. What's good, all my stock market and crypto freaks? It's your boy Kevin. Welcome back to the channel. Tesla stock has been on a momentous run over the last several weeks, running up from the $600 range, breaking over $1,000, hitting highs of over $1,200 per share. And then something strange happened. Elon, oh boy, Elon Musk, came out and said that he was going to sell some of his Tesla stock. He was going to unload some of his own personal Tesla stock and buy some Bitcoin. And that seems strange, but old boy Elon is a strange dude, right? You can't be that smart and come up with such brilliant ideas without being a little bit strange. So we all kind of shrugged it off. This is just Elon being Elon. But then another strange dude, another really smart strange dude, Michael Burry from The Big Short, calls out old boy Elon and says, wait, Elon, you're not selling Tesla stock to buy Bitcoin or do whatever. You're selling Tesla stock because you're in debt and you need to cover those debts. So you're unloading your own personal Tesla stock to pay a big giant tax bill. Tesla stock's now down 10% on the day. So what does all this mean? We're going to be breaking down what Michael Burry from The Big Short is saying, what all this means for Tesla stock going forward, and just doing an in-depth analysis of Tesla and where I personally think the company and the stock is headed. So you're going to want to stay tuned for this one. If you're new around here, we talk about the top stocks in the market every day. We talk about the top cryptos every day. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button for me. All right, so Tesla, momentous move. If we look at the weekly chart, it looks even sillier than the daily chart. Just late 2020, we're at what? $43 per share. We had some reverse splits, that type of thing, but it was just insane, right? We have made the craziest move that I probably have ever seen out of any stock. So today we've had the reddest couple of days since late March, selling off from those all-time highs up at the 1243 area all the way down towards $1,000 per share. It looks like we're finding support here over the last few minutes if we look at an intraday chart, but it's definitely been a rocky 2 days for Tesla stock. So this all began in typical Elon fashion when he posted a Twitter poll. Much is made lately of unrealized gains being a means of tax avoidance. So I propose selling 10% of my Tesla stock. Do you support this? Yes? No. And then he goes to say, I will abide by the results of this poll whichever way it goes. So his Twitter followers voted that he should sell some of his Tesla stock, 10% of his Tesla stock, and he says that he will abide by the result of this poll. And I do think it's funny that he has the power to move a stock, a $1 trillion stock, by billions of dollars just by throwing out a tweet, which is pretty funny and scary at the same time. He also goes on to say, note, I do not take a cash salary or bonus from anywhere. I only have stock. Thus, the only way for me to pay taxes personally is to sell stock. Now, this is coming out after Michael Burry. Old Michael Burry from The Big Short. He was made famous by betting on the housing market to crash before the 2008-2009 financial crisis. And he was proven correct after getting a bunch of crap thrown his way. It looked initially like he was going to be wrong, but he ended up making the hedge fund he was working for a ton of money betting on credit swaps. We're not going to get into all that, but he made a ton of money. All right, so Michael Burry tweeted out, let's read the report and what happened. So Tesla fell nearly 12% on Tuesday in its worst two-day performance since March. After Insider reported, Michael Burry of The Big Short said in a tweet that Elon Musk may want to sell some of his shares to cover his personal debts. That is what Elon is pretty much saying. The stock decline added to Monday's 4.8% slide after majority of voters in a Twitter poll set up by Musk said he should sell 10% of his stake in the EV company. Burry didn't immediately respond to a message from Bloomberg News to confirm the reports on the tweet, which currently doesn't appear on his Twitter feed, so he must have gone back and deleted that tweet. Still, Tesla's up 54% on the year, even with the recent decline, and the market cap has continued to hold above $1 trillion. So sure, I do believe that Elon coming out and having to sell some of his Tesla stock, he is a big holder, right? Anytime you have somebody with that much volume that is looking to sell, it's going to impact the stock's price when you have just a ton of shares being flooded on the open market. Supply, demand, you have an imbalance, it's going to cause the stock to sell off a little bit. Doesn't mean crap long term, but sure, we could have a short-term little pullback, a blip in the radar, due to Elon having to sell to cover his tax debt. So CNBC is now reporting that he may have a $15 billion tax bill coming. And I dread tax time. I absolutely dread it. I hate doing my taxes. The process of doing your taxes absolutely blows a big one, and mailing a check to the government blows an even bigger one. So I can't even imagine having to write the federal government a $15 billion check. So I don't blame old boy Elon for trying to get out ahead of it. It sucks for him, and it sucks that Tesla shareholders are having to hold through this drop. But in my opinion, this is nothing that we need to be too concerned about. I just think it's going to be a short-term blip in the radar. And I do believe there's some other factors that are contributing to this most recent Tesla sell-off. Number one being just profit taking, right? Look at the stock's chart. It's amazing, and people are up here with an average cost that's way down here. So it is common sense that there's probably some profit taking going on up there. Number two, we have supply chain shortages. We have all seen the buildup and the news releases of the problems that are going on around the world with supply chain. Tesla is talking about adding more gigafactories because they can't keep up with the demand. When Tesla got that big deal with Hertz Rent-A-Car, they're working on a deal to work together. Elon came out and said, no, we don't have a demand problem. We have a supply problem. And I 100% agree with that. They're talking about adding all these new factories, and it needs to happen ASAP. If Tesla is going to grow into the company that we think it can be, they need to have supply up and going. They need to have manufacturing ramped up, and they need to get this supply shortage under control. Tesla also sold fewer Chinese-made vehicles in October than in the prior month. They are talking about adding another gigafactory in Shanghai, and apparently that needs to happen quick because their Chinese-made vehicle sales are dropping month to month. So they reported that their China-made electric cars slipped 3% month over month, but they're up big year over year, up huge year over year. In September, the company sold 56,000 cars, Chinese-made cars, plus 26.5% from the August number. Tesla exported 40,000 of the Chinese-made vehicles in the month of October versus only 3,000 in September. Local deliveries were 13,700 cars, down 74% from September. So it's just 1 month. We don't want to pay too much attention to 1 month's numbers, but if it starts to be a trend, it is something that we're going to want to keep our eyes on. Also, they're talking about adding that second factory site in Shanghai, which could help to improve these Chinese numbers. The Chinese numbers, the Chinese market is crucial for Tesla to maintain this $1 trillion plus valuation. Tesla's had a monster run. You can't go straight up. You have to have those corrections in order for the market dynamic to work. And you get a run up, you get a little bit of a pullback, maybe retrace, 40% of the move or so, and then you break out, make new highs. You pull back, retrace 30-40% of that breakout, and then you break back out and make new highs. That's the way the market works. It's cyclical. You can't go straight up. You have to have pullbacks. You have to have consolidation. And that may be what we see for the next month, month and a half, 2 months, 3 months. If you look at the chart, look at from July, even before July, June, all the way to late August, you have just consolidation. We didn't do much in that area, and we just chopped around. That's consolidation. It was taking a breather. The stock was relaxing, kind of just taking in all the data, right? The market takes in the data, the numbers, the earnings report numbers, and then you get good numbers and you get a breakout, right? And once that breakout happens, you get a pullback, maybe another couple months of consolidation, and then you get another breakout. That's the way the market works. There's going to be a lot of hype around this correction that we're seeing. It may only last a couple days. We'll have to see. But I'm not reading too much into it, as I still think Tesla is headed in the right direction. That's going to wrap up the video, guys. I hope you got something of value from it. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button for me. I will catch you in the next one. Until next time, peace.